Chrystia Freeland. Chrystia Freeland. So, as I'm sure we all know by now, the competition to become the next liberal leader to replace Justin Trudeau, really it's only between Chrystia Freeland, the former deputy prime minister, finance minister, and Mark Carney. Mark Carney, a globalist, technocrat, champagne socialist, elitist banker who's been advising the Trudeau government since 2020. So both very much insiders, both very much just inextricably linked to Justin Trudeau, but I suppose that's the best they have to present their false message of change. So she is, rallying her supporters, getting her endorsements. I guess the latest one is Mark Holland. He's joined the fight. Sign up to vote for Chrystia Freeland. The thing about Mark Holland is he is a ludicrous idiot. And let me present this to you. And I'll have to remind you, this is not AI. This is real. He actually did this. Let's watch.
Good news, kids. You can take a summer fun time vacation where you're locked in a car for 10 consecutive days, nonstop with no bathroom breaks. And the Conservatives have a plan for you to have that summertime fun. And the cost? Give up the future of the planet, right? Don't worry, kids, about climate change. Don't worry about taking action on the planet. Enjoy your 10 hours in the car and let the planet burn.
So that's her latest endorsement. This is the state of the Liberal Party in Canada. Let's see, this guy who apparently, from what he's saying here, apparently he takes his family on road trips with 10 days straight in a car with no bathroom breaks. And I guess also then shames them for destroying the planet. Weird guy. Awfully weird guy. I don't know. Would you want his endorsement? Do you think that, if you were running, do you think that would help you? I'm not sure that it would. He's clearly a deranged imbecile. But again, it's the Liberal Party of Canada. They're progressive now, Justin Trudeau made sure we all knew they're progressive. No liberals in the Liberal Party, just far left radical lunatics. What's she saying here? From Canada Proud, I was just following orders is not an excuse for screwing over Canadians. Well, what's going on here?
On the other hand, though, when you were asked about it, when you were in the government, you would sort of highlight the fact that I think the number was about 80% of Canadians were kind of getting more back than they were paying on the carbon tax. So if you get rid of the consumer-facing carbon tax, are you not taking money out of people's pockets in a time when there's an affordability crisis?
When you're in a government, you play with the team. All of us have the experience of having a boss and having a team.
On the other hand,
this is the problem with just being a constant, shameless liar, right? It kind of comes back to haunt you eventually, right? So she was just following orders anyway, of the carbon tax, just following orders. She wasn't enthusiastically, she wasn't giddy about, enacting these taxes and then lying to Canadians. But, come on. Here she is trying to put distance between herself and Justin Trudeau. I would say an impossible task after, again, giddily enacting, or maybe you should say enforcing all of his policies on the Canadian people for so long, suddenly having this change of heart after he was going to replace her with Mark Carney as finance minister after she delivered the fall economic statement, which was a humiliating economic statement, $62 billion deficit. But now she wants Canadians to know that she's not like Justin Trudeau at all. In fact, she doesn't even like him. Well, she doesn't. She betrayed him just as before he could betray her, right? But right up until that moment, she was his greatest supporter, other than maybe Jagmeet Singh of the NDP. But right up until that moment, she was thrilled. Remember her giggling at freezing protesters' bank accounts. But here we go. She's hitting back at Justin Trudeau. She's letting us know that she's not Trudeau's girl.
Let's go back to the disagreement you're having with the Prime Minister, because let's say you win this race. Of course, there's several people in the race right now. If there was a disagreement in your cabinet, how would you handle things differently? Like if your finance minister came to you and said, prime minister, I think we're on the wrong track here. How would you tackle that differently than what the experience you've had was?
Well, probably I wouldn't tell my finance minister I was going to fire her the day after she delivered the fall economic statement. I probably wouldn't say that 3 days before she was supposed to deliver it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting note there.
Step one.
So she's personally insulted. That's the problem. It's not what's happened to Canada. It's not GDP per capita going off a cliff. It's not the mass immigration. It's not freezing people's bank accounts. It's not rampant crime because of their crime policies. All things she supported, right? She's offended now. She's personally offended. It sounds petty when you consider the consequences of the policies that she has been thrilled to enact, to enforce, to inflict on the Canadian people. I don't think this is a good look, quite frankly. And I think she has a problem too, in that the TrueAnon, those people that, what do we call them?
Small fringe minority.
Yes, Justin, that small fringe minority of people who still support you and the Liberal Party in general. She's public enemy number one for the TrueAnon, right? For those people who were mesmerized by Justin Trudeau's hair and his perfect teeth from the moment that they first saw him until now. She's the enemy. She betrayed him. She betrayed dear leader. I'm kind of gonna. I think we're gonna see an enthusiasm gap here, not only with her, with Mark Carney as well. Let's see. So Freeland gets asked why she wants to drop the carbon tax. They don't want to actually stop taxing carbon, right? They're talking about getting rid of the direct consumer carbon tax. They're still going to tax it in one way or another, and you're still going to pay for it, right? It's just a little switcheroo that they hope you don't notice. They hope that you're stupid enough to believe them over. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.